Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, for our lesson, we are going to explore how the while loop works in Java. So let's start by creating a new Java class. I'm going to create it in the same package here, the simple Java coding package. Right click, I'm going to go to new class, and let's call it while loop statement. And I want the system to create the public void main for me. So I check the box here. I'm just going to click finish. And there we have it. So this is our program, while loop statement. So the while loop is very similar to the for loop that we went over in our last lesson. So let's start with the while loop. We're going to do while, and we're going to have some kind of condition, and then while that condition is true, we're going to do a bunch of statements. So we're going to have statement 1, 2, 3, for example. So while this is true, this is a condition here. While this is true, I'm going to execute these statements. And when I'm done with the while loop, I can have another statement here. Alright, so let's see how this works. So let's we're gonna build something that is gonna add up like a bunch of numbers. So to start, I'm gonna have to declare a scanner class, scanner sc, as always, equals to new scanner, and I'm gonna read in the input from the screen. So I'm gonna put system.in, and there's my scanner. Let's see what it wants here. It wants me to import the scanner from Java utility. So I'm gonna make the system happy and import that. So my scanner is good now. So first thing I want to do when I have a scanner, I want to prompt the user. Please enter a bunch of numbers separated by a blank. So please enter a bunch of numbers, each separated by a blank. Okay, and I want to enter one more message. Enter n at the end of your data. Enter n at the end of your data. So that's how we're gonna know that they're done with entering the data, and then we're gonna calculate the sum. Alright, so now I have my scanner. I'm gonna need to read in the user's input. So I'm gonna declare Let's say a double input. So that's gonna store the input from the user, and I need to declare another variable, sum, to store the sum of all the numbers. Here I'm gonna read in the input from the user. But before I read in the input from the user, I'm gonna have to check to see if there's still data. So what I want to do is I want to say while SC, which is my scanner, has next, and I'm reading a double, so I want to look for has next double. So while there is another double out there, I want to read it until I hit the end, which the user entered. That's when I'm gonna stop. So while SC has next double, I'm gonna do all these here, right? So I'm gonna remove this and I'm gonna replace them with my statement. So first thing I want to do is I want to read in the user's input and store that into my input variable. So input is equal to sc dot next double. So I'm reading in the double, that number, the number that the user entered. And then I'm just gonna sum them up, and maybe I should start with initializing the sum to 0, and then I'm gonna sum it up. So I'm gonna say sum plus equal to input. So basically I'm saying sum is equal to sum plus the input that the user enter here. Okay, and when that's done, so it's gonna keep looping, it's gonna keep checking for the next double to see if it's available. It's gonna read it in, store it into the input variable, and add it to the sum. When we're all done, and look at this, I see something over here, let me take care of that. So the sum is a double and a 0 is an integer, so I should put in a double here so that it takes away the error. And here, when we're all done, what I want to do is I want to print the sum of all their numbers equal to, and I'll just put the variable sum here, and I think that's about it. Let's run it. Please enter a bunch of numbers, each separated by a blank. Enter n at the end of your data. Okay, so I'm gonna enter a bunch of number 10, 20, 1.2. That's 2 blanks there, but I think it should be okay. 4.3. And when I'm finished, I'm gonna put n, hit enter. The sum of all the numbers equal 35.5. So let's see, we got 10 plus 20 is 30, 31.2, 35.5, which is the correct number here. So thank you everyone for watching. This is how we do the while loop in Java. I'll see you next time.